Hello. We're working on Chapter 5, Section 1, Transforming Quadratic Functions. I'm on page 320, working on problems 5, 6, and 7. We are going to describe the transformations of the original parent function that ends up with the new function. How do I change that to make that? And then we're going to graph them. And I'm going to graph both just because it's helpful to graph the parent function too. So, I have parentheses. Remember, when you have parentheses, it is a horizontal translation. What's happening inside the parentheses? I'm subtracting 4. That matches up with translations. This is a horizontal translation. The horizontal translation, I always see the x subtract h. So what am I subtracting that looks like x subtract h? In other words, what is my h? My h equals 4, positive 4. So this means I'm going to go to the right 4 spaces. And there's no other change here. So my parent function, which here's what my parent function looks like, 2, 4, and 3, 9. And I know it does not say graph the parent function, but I think it's good for you to see that there's been a change. I'm going to translate everything to the right 4 spaces. So my vertex is going to go right 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. My new vertex is right there at, so my new vertex is right here at 4, 0. By the way, this is vertex form, just connecting this with what we already know. So there's my h, which is the x-coordinate of my vertex. My k is 0 because I don't see anything added here. It's hidden, so it's the hidden plus 0. So it's not moving up and down. This point translates here. This point, 1, 2, 3, 4, goes right here. And this point, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes right here. So I got this part of the graph. This point, negative 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 ends up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually ends up right here. That's where they're going to cross. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. So I end up with that graph. So that point moved to the right 4, and so did all the other points. The whole graph moved over to the right 4 spaces. Number 6, and I don't know why that ended up there. I must have hit a keyboard. I must have hit the keyboard before I printed these. So don't worry about this. That doesn't mean anything. All right. So this is vertex form, and it looks like my vertex, because I already know this, is going to be 3, 2. This means that it's going to be a, oops, sorry, I'm going to start with the horizontal. And by the way, it doesn't really matter, except we kind of follow the order of operations when there's some confusion. So you do what's inside the parentheses first, and then what's outside the parentheses next. So that's why this is both a horizontal and vertical translation. So you can either go to the right and up, or you can go up and to the right. But when it gets confusing, I'm going to try to remember this. When it gets confusing, we always go in order of operations. So parentheses come first, which means horizontal stuff comes first. Horizontal translation to the right 3, and vertical translation up 2. So the horizontal translation to the right 3 is because of that. The vertical translation up 2 is because of that. So one more time, here's my parent function. And 3, 9. How do I draw my new function? So I'm going to take my vertex here, 0, 0. I'm going to go right 3, 1, 2, 3. and I'm going to move and go, or change direction. I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2. The new vertex ends up right there. This point 1, 1 goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right here. 2, 4 goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right here. And 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 goes right here. So that part of the graph is going to look like that. This point goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right here. And it's actually not touching it, but because my markers are not infinitely thin, they look like they're touching the same place. It's not in that point, okay? Because this x value is 2 and that x value is 2. It's just that I'm not drawing it perfect. This is going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right here, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right here. So this part looks like that. So again, it went to the right 3 and it went up 2. Number 7 again is in vertex form. My vertex is -1, -3. How do I know it's -1? That looks like a +1. That's because that's x subtract -1, which looks like x plus 1. So remember, x subtract x subtract -1 looks like x plus 1. Remember that. So this is a horizontal translation to the left 1 and a vertical translation down 3. So again, it's easier if I use my parent function. And all these points I'm going to go left 1, down 3. So left 1, down 3. 1, 2, 3, about right there. Right here I go left 1, 1, 2, 3. Which actually does end up right there. Left 1. Whoops, excuse me. I went to the right when I meant to go to the left. I'm sorry, I just now caught that. I need to go left and then down. So let's go back and do this one again. Left 1, down 3 is right here. Excuse me. This point, left 1, down 3 is right here. This point, left 1, 2, 3 right there. Left 1, 2, 3 right there. And it looks like the other ones are going to be here. 1, 2, 3 right here. And 1, 2, 3 right there. So my new function is going to look like that. All right, we'll see you in the next video.